All right, I am here with the comedian Neil Rubenstein, very funny guy. Has been around for a while. Um, Neil, how you doing, man? How you dealing with all this quarantine lifestyle?
I'm good, man. I think I'm scared. I think like everyone else, not of the virus, but like what's life going to be like going forward? Are we gonna shut down for 6 weeks at a time every 4 years? Um, I don't know, man. It's freaky out there, and
It's
I don't know.
definitely freaky.
This is like one time where I feel like everyone's really in the same boat, and there's no, you know, I think
Right.
everyone's confused and scared.
It's definitely freaky, and what's really scary about it is like you know it feels like it's a population control type of thing. Not to get too
My,
conspiracy theory.
my,
But it does feel like it's some sort of there's something going on. You know what I mean?
yeah, man. I feel like I'm on the wrong side of history with a lot of this stuff. Yeah, I'm because 98% of me is like, yeah, this is probably the right thing, and I'm petrified to get sick, and I don't want my wife to get sick, and my aunt and uncle are in there. We're getting old. I don't want them to get sick. But 2% of me, 3% of me is like, well, this is how they control us. And we're the gun rights guys. We're those guys protecting our freedoms. Like I was always pro guns because I thought when days like this come, they're out there in the streets making sure no one's bullying me into staying in.
Right, right.
But I don't know, man. But that's why that's a small part of me. Most of me understands that this is we're helping everybody and we're doing the right thing, and you know, that
It's
part
just
of me.
crazy times, and we've never seen anything like. I don't think anyone who's alive today has ever seen anything like this, where everything's shut down, everyone is quarantined, and the world is on pause. It's kind of strange, and it makes you wonder why we've never done this with like in the past.
Because the world's not on pause though. Like the rich are staying wealthy. Amazon's the only warehouse that's open.
Yeah,
Uh, Boeing just made a big thing. Tesla's got a big thing. Ford and GM have a big. All the banks, all the property holders, they're all still open. The banks are all open. The
right, right,
supermarkets, the only people that close down are the small businesses and the entertainment, the upward mobility people, the kids who came from ghettos to play sports, the kids who came from underprivileged houses and got famous to tour as musicians. Like those are the only people that can't work right now. The rich people, Bezos is making money every second.
yeah. It's kind of crazy when you think about it because you would think the stocks are going up and Amazon way up, and stuff like certain jobs like that, like the in all the food stores and
This,
like
this is gonna cripple. This is gonna cripple the working class, and to a point of no return. If sports and entertainment is shut down till July, and all these small bars still have to pay their rent, and all these hardworking people still have to pay their rent and their mortgage, but they can't go to work or only have
you froze up a little bit.
home, and the husband can't work.
All right.
My connection's unstable. So is my mental health. What?
No, it's crazy times. Yeah, you broke up a little bit, but I think we're back now, Neil.
You got the gist. I'm just a raving lunatic.
I think it was the government that did that to you. I think
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
but being at home, all this time, you think it's making the wheel spin more on guys like you and me and a million others who have these kind of theories in their mind that go and that's saying, oh, there's a bigger plan to all this.
Yo, I listen. I don't know. I don't. I'm not. I'm not an Alex Jones guy. I don't know, but I mean, I can see myself leaning that way. You know what I mean? Like, you leave me alone with it too long, maybe. And also, I see other people coming around to my way of thinking. You know what I mean? Like the first day, the first couple of days, I remember having these conversations with people and people being like, "You're acting crazy. Don't be stupid. You're being insensitive." And it's like, all right, well, I'm not I'm not insensitive. I understand. I want everyone to be safe, but this isn't the way to do it. I see old people in the supermarket every day.
Yep, yep.
If we're worried about the old people, lock them up. Keep them inside. How come no one's delivering food to those guys? There should be an army of Ubers delivering food to the elderly, but instead they're all out at the supermarket from 6 to 7. What? That's not the point of this.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna do it, we have to do it right, and the right way to do it was to lock them up, not to lock everyone else up, not to cripple the economy. And people are like, oh well, don't choose the economy over my grandmother. Listen, I said this the other day, and again, I'm not trying to be insane. I understand, and this is only a small part of me that feels this way. I'm on the right. I understand, but if you told a 95-year-old grandmother, listen, you got 4 years left, but you could go if you make it the full 4 years. The whole family is in destitution. We're going to lose the house. I'm going to lose my business. And you might still die.
Right.
Or at best, you get 6 more years. She would be like, no. You guys, I lived a good life. You guys lived a good life. I'll go. You know what I mean?
One of my first conspiracy thoughts on this whole thing in the beginning was I thought it was, I've always thought that these kind of flus were population control of some sort. But the fact that this one attacked old people makes you think that old people are living longer now. And so they retire in the mid-60s, late 60s, and then they don't pass away till like in their 80s and 90s. So that's like 25, 30 years of living off the government, essentially, and 401ks and all that stuff. So to me, it made sense for, I don't agree with it, but the thinking makes sense. So, hey, let's do something to get rid of all these people who are just taking up resources. They're older. They live good lives. So that was my initial thought. Then
listen, I can't disagree. Like I said, the first couple of days, people were telling me I'm insane or whatever. I'm being insensitive, and now more and more people are like, "Well, what about and what if this?" And it's like, yeah, man, I've been saying, like. I'm not trying to be insensitive, and I don't want anyone's grandmother to die. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But we went about this the wrong way. It didn't have to be the economy or the old people. It could have been, well, quarantine the old people, quarantine the unhealthy, let the rest of us get it and fight it off.
Exactly.
And listen, if I was wrong. Like if I'm wrong and I die from it, well, that's what you get.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? No one's gonna be out there like, oh, poor Neil, he didn't know it was. They're gonna be like, see the guy making fun of it, and that's what they're gonna do the thing with the who the other guy got. Rand Paul got diagnosed with it, and everyone's like dancing on his grave already. It's like, God. You're the selfless people. You're the people. Come on, act like you've been somewhere.
Right, exactly. But so now with you having these kind of conspiracy theories or whatever, are you still?
I love this guy. I really never thought I'd be this guy.
I know, no, that's fine. I'm that guy too. I never thought I would be either. But are you fearless going out, or are you still taking precautions?
Oh, of course I take precautions.
Yeah.
I don't want my wife getting sick. I don't want to get sick.
Right, yeah.
I don't go near old people. I don't want to get anyone sick. I don't know. But I was at Mohegan Sun working the weekend that this stuff started going down. So, I mean, I got to be a carrier at the very least. I avoid people,
Yeah, I was at the brokerage. Tony Walker had his big debut show 2 weeks ago. I was there. That was my last outing in the public. And we were sitting in close quarters, and there was people coughing. And so I was waiting it out the 2 weeks. And so far, I have, knock on wood, I don't have any symptoms or anything. But, that was the one time.
You're a fairly healthy guy, right?
Very fairly healthy.
So I always my joke with my doctor is always that I'm the healthiest fat guy he's ever met. Like he's always like, is this okay? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. He's like, well, I'm sure you have high blood pressure. And then he checks and he's like, God damn it. You know what I mean? Like he wants me to have diabetes so he could like say I told you so.
Right. Yeah.
And he's like I don't get it. He's like, you're the healthiest fat guy I've ever met. He's like, you need to lose weight. And I'm like, why do I have to lose weight? He's like, because I said so. That's the only reason I can give you. You're fine. I just think it's bad for your knees, probably. So I always joke about that. Like I'm fine. Like I never get sick. If I get sick, I fight it off pretty quick. I think I made a joke today that I think it's because I eat boogers. I eat my own boogers.
Hey, that's nutrition. And if we can't get to the grocery store, at least you have
So that, like, I don't know, man. Like, to me, I think, and Kathleen said it. My wife said it. She said we probably all had it. You know what I mean? This thing's been around since like September of last year or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I had a flu or whatever, and no one knew what it was. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's probably just a virus." And I have my doctor a couple of years ago. My doctor prescribed these really good cough suppressants.
Right.
That I'm not like a big medicine. I don't like to use medicine. I don't like to medicate. So I didn't use all of them, and so I have them for years. I've had these. So when I get real bad coughs, I take them. And I remember in like January or December, I remember taking a couple, looking for them and finding them. And that was probably this. And now I'm fine. And hopefully, or in 2 weeks I'm dead. And then what? And then my legacy is these 2 CNN videos that I made that go viral. All right.
Those are great, by the way. And people could see all your stuff on neilrubenstein.com and Facebook.
Yeah, it'll link to everything, yeah.
I'll give everybody information and all that to where they could see all your stuff. So what's your day like now? So what are you doing every day?
The only difference is I can't go perform. So I'm editing and writing all day. I haven't really been able to write like jokes. I mean, the stuff I sent you for that.
Oh, those are great. They're running, yeah.
That was the only thing that I really like wrote because I don't know where things are going to be. But other than that, I mean, I'm still editing all day. I do a movie review thing once a week. Yeah. I ramped that up to 3 times a week because what else is there to do? And then these CNN videos seem to be a hit, so I'll probably do one of those every couple of days. And I still want to shoot sketches. I want to like do some remote projects. Like I had an idea today that I can have someone film something and send me their half, and then I can put it together.
Right. Yeah.
See if that works. But I don't know, man. I cook dinner for my wife, and I go to the supermarket every day.
Well, I mean, there are some benefits to this quarantine because you do have, like, I guess, an excuse to do more of this kind of work. Like sit down and put the time into certain. Like now, you said you're doing 3 reviews a day, so it's weird. Do you think when we go back to normal that you're gonna miss this?
I think there is not going to be I think there will be a new normal. I don't think the way we were operating before this happened is going to continue. I think either because of the devastation to the economy or because, maybe it is, like we're looking at hundreds. We're looking at death totals in the like hundreds right now. If it really gets crazy and it's like 100,000 deaths and like, we're like, bring out your dead and like, you can't cremate them fast enough. Like, all right, well, no one's going to be laughing at certain kinds of jokes anymore. I'll tell you that,
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's going to be I think it's going to be a weird coming out. I hope it comes back to normal. I think New York maybe is one of those places where like we'll shake it off, but I don't know. What do you think? What do you think?
I think it's going to be the new normal. It's going to be weird for a while. I think a lot of people are going to be sketchy going back out in public and being around crowds. So I don't know if it's going to be like right out of the gate. Everyone, like some people are predicting, like I do a lot of work in the sports and sports side of things. I do video work for like jumbotrons and stuff. So a lot of the sports guys are thinking that it's going to be like packed crowds, people, the hunger for the sports are going to be through the roof, and they could be right, and I hope they're right. But I have a feeling people are going to still be avoiding crowds because I think we're all going to be shell shocked. I don't think right. I think eventually we'll get back to that. But I think right now we're so shell shocked.
Yeah, I had mentioned to a buddy of mine because we're without sports right now and for so long that that tertiary level of fan, they're not coming back, or it might be years before they come back.
Right.
That like 50,000 to 65,000, that's not going to be there anymore. So like, or in the case of baseball, that 28 to 35,000, like that's not going to be there anymore, and like you'll see numbers dwindle like that. And no one's going to want to sit next to everyone, in such tight quarters.
Yeah.
Like think about the restaurants in Manhattan. I don't want to sit next to anybody anymore.
Right, exactly. How close quarters you sit in those restaurants. Yeah, I agree. I think that's a lot of that's going to be different.
And like I said, I go to the supermarket like almost every day just to like, and I was there today and a guy coughed and I was like, oh, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Public, get out of here.
Yeah, it'll freak you out. Yeah, exactly.
Go home. You go home.
And you don't want to be the guy to cough either. Like I remember, I'm walking.
I'm fine.
This is before all this. I was on the train, and it was crowded train. This is before the virus was out, but it was before the lockdown. And I had to cough, and I didn't want to be that guy, so I held it in so long that I started tearing up. Like I'm like, some people must have thought like I was really sad about something. So yeah. But
my heart's breaking for this cough.
Yeah, man, it's a crazy time indeed, man. But you have enough supplies, enough toilet paper, all that good stuff.
We're right with toilet paper. I made a joke right away. I was like on one of the platforms. I said I've never run out of toilet paper, and I have robbed people, and neither of those things are changing.
That's awesome.
But yeah, we have like 20 something rolls. We're in the double digits.
Excellent.
They usually last 2 to 3 days. I don't, so we should be good for a while. I'm worried about paper towels a little bit, but every time I go to Taco Bell, they give me a stack of napkins. That's the same thing.
Oh, there you go. Hold on one sec.
Yeah. You gonna use toilet paper? Did you need
Sorry about that. My dog was
toilet paper?
Yeah, I had to go get some. I actually have some right here. Some toilet paper right here. I keep it handy. This is my stash.
I saw a really good meme. It was someone like toilet paper so scarce we used to throw it at our neighbors. I mean, at our enemies. We used to throw it at our enemies.
Yeah, back in my day, we would toilet paper a whole house.
We would throw it at our enemies. Now it's scarce.
So
do you think that's going to change? Do you think like the store, like, how come it's still not in stores?
I don't know.
Do the hoarders get enough?
It's weird. I actually have a segment on this show called Selfies with Toilet Paper, and it's people are now taking selfies with they're so proud. So they'll be standing there with their toilet paper and be like, yo, I found a bundle today. And they'll be like and they're taking selfies with toilet paper. So the world has gotten crazy, but I think they should be able to start having enough toilet paper in the stores now. It's been a few
You
weeks.
think? Yeah, no, I was there today. The whole row is still empty. I mean, you could get paper. I mean, I bet Lowe's and those stores are different, but I was at ShopRite.
Right.
And the only thing was you could get one roll of paper towels, one at a time, individual rolls.
Damn. That's when it feels the most real to me, this whole thing. I mean, the news is terrifying, but
Terrifying.
but then when I go to the shopping center, when I go food shopping and I see there's no meats or there's no toilet paper or there's no, that's when it starts to make, I actually get butterflies and nervous.
Yeah.
It's the same feeling like I had at 9/11, only instead of the anger, it's more like fear, like straight
It's
up like
fear, yeah.
worry. Yeah.
I really do go like every day or every other day. Like I'm not exaggerating, because I cook dinner for my wife every day.
Right. Nice.
And so like I've seen the patterns, and like there's meat. I was able to get chicken today. I got chopped meat yesterday or 2 days ago. There's meat. I mean, sometimes of day you go and it looks barren, but
Yeah.
for the most part, I think we'll be all right with that stuff. The supply chain hasn't broken yet.
Good. Good.
The I was gonna ask you. I don't know. All right.
I also want to ask you, as a comedian, during these type of times, how important would you say comedy is, and how, like the sketches you're doing, um, how important is comedy for everyone now?
All right. So as you know, I'm like a super nerd about it. So me and my buddy Bennett actually broke down. Like I was wondering why the diarrhea thing caught on so well.
Right.
So we were talking today about that, and he said it's because it's relevant to what's happening now without talking about what's happening now.
Right.
So it's just this silly poop joke based in reality, based in everyone's shared reality. And so it's like it was a nice pressure valve that whereas like some of the memes and stuff about the disease going around seem insensitive or are too, they're reminding you too much of the reality. This was like a real stupid, you know what I mean? Like this dude's so dumb. So yeah, I don't know. I think I think the poop jokes, the I love my wife jokes.
Yeah.
I think that's the stuff that's gonna help people right now. I think the end of the world stuff's not gonna help. I think you're gonna bum people out with that stuff.
Right. Yeah, I agree, and I think being clever about it, like how you did that with this CNN clip. It looks like you're. For those of you who haven't seen the clip yet, go to Neil's Facebook page or YouTube and find it. But basically, he's talking to the CNN reporter, and she asks him about how he's feeling, and then he goes into this diatribe. I won't give away the joke, but it's close to what I just said. But so go watch it and check it out. But I love your sense of humor. You have a very clever sense of humor that's not ordinary. I'll say it's a little offbeat, and I love it. And even though like I was watching your videos on YouTube, and you have the one, and I wish there was more of them. It's the guy sitting on the bench, and it's like, that's the last time we saw Kenny.
Oh, you like those?
Those are great.
Oh man, I love those so much, but it felt like they didn't really translate.
No, they're hilarious. Like,
good.
I think I had like four of them.
I think I have 4 of them posted. We shot like 6 or 8 of them.
Dude, those are great, man. They're hilarious.
Yeah, man, I love those. I think they're so funny, but it's just like it's the same joke. So like we did the Japanese one as like
that was great.
Yeah, no, that's actually Bennett. That's my buddy Bennett in the videos with me.
Right.
He's like the smartest guy I've ever met. And the Japanese is this dude Jeff Weinstein. It's like super Jew kid who just like happens to be fluent in Japanese.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's so good, man. Yeah, wow, that's really great. I love that you like those. Those are like my unsung heroes. I love those guys.
Yeah, dude, I was like, as you watch them, you see it's like each one they get funnier and funnier, man. I was actually digging around hoping there were more,
Nah, just thank you so. Oh man, that makes me feel great, man. Yeah. I love those.
Yeah, dude, that was great, man.
Bennett. I'll make sure to tell him too. He'll be real happy. And then, so my buddy Chris, it started because of my buddy Chris, because we were like walking to the mall one day, and he was like, He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna start making," and he's like an alcoholic, so he was like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna start making my own whiskey." And I was like, "Well, never seen you again."
Yeah,
It's like,
that's great.
and I was like, "Oh, I was like, that's a sketch." I was like, "That's a sketch."
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
"Oh, never seen you again."
Yeah, those are great. But yeah, man, I'm glad you're holding it down, and doing great. I love the room you're in right now. It's just like your like a office slash storage room, kind of like where I'm in now as well.
Yeah, it's like it's my media room, but then my wife took it over. It's her office now because she's working from home.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I just have my records behind me, and she's made it all neat, and she's got her stuff. What can we see in here? So these are we bought these. We went on a cruise and we bought paintings like idiots.
Oh,
So we,
I've done that too.
and then they came and we were like, "Oh, these are too big for our apartment." So now
Yeah.
they're just in boxes against the thing.
Nice.
What else can you see? Yeah, some records.
Yeah, see your record collection back there.
Yeah.
Very nice. But yeah, man. And so, is there? What's the first thing you're gonna do when this quarantine is over? Do you have
I
any
was gonna get on
plans?
stage, man.
Get
I'm gonna
back
get on
on.
stage and figure it out. See what people are interested in, because it's gonna be problem solving, and that's my favorite part about comedy anyway. About doing stand up is the problem solving. So it's just going to be like this great experiment in problem solving. We're going to have to get on stage in front of audiences, see what they're interested in hearing about, see what new things turn them on or off. You know what I mean?
Right,
Back
right.
like a year ago, you could make a joke about the world ending, the plastic straws, we're running out of bees, and it's all funny. But now people might be like, too soon. You know what I mean? Like people
Yeah,
might
yeah.
just be there might be a thing about it. Like are people going to be able to joke about like not liking their wives anymore, or is that going to be you know what I mean? Or it's going to be just so real for so many people because they've just been locked in the house with them for 6 weeks
Yeah,
that they're like, I really do hate my wife. It's not funny. The divorce rate is through the roof. Or
right. And it's one of those things too where it's a topic that every single human being on the planet is going through, but you would
yeah,
think that a lot of comedians are like, I don't know if I want to. The topic might become hacky, but you have to talk about it, especially in the beginning when you first get back out there.
yeah. I mean, you gotta welcome them out. You know what I mean? How was your quarantine? Like, and how do you greet? Like the way people greet people changed already.
Yeah, the
Like
elbow.
people say, "Oh, stay safe, stay healthy. No one's touching." You know what I mean? Like, we went, so we're safe, but like I said, I was at Mohegan with a buddy of mine, and he lives down the block. So we'll go over there to make dinner or to order in because whatever he's got, I got because
Right. Yeah, you
we were
guys are in it
together,
together. Right.
and we're both practicing safe everything, and so the four of us will get together. We've done it twice now. Also, it's safer to go to his place to do laundry than to go to the laundromat.
Yeah, you don't want to
So,
go to laundromats. Yeah.
where was I going with this? What were we talking about?
About getting back out there doing.
Oh, greetings.
Yes.
So, like, we decided that, like, when we, like, our new greeting is just, it's like you walk in, you make eye contact, you're like, yeah, we're here.
That could be.
We made it.
Well, ironically, we're all going to end up doing like the Chinese and just bow,
Just bowing.
And
Yeah.
that's the irony. China wins. We
Well,
will now take.
yeah, they already
kicked their ass in.
They kicked our ass in everything. It's so sick. Yo, all right, I'm gonna come across real racist right now. You ready?
Yes, of course.
Yo, there's like all these like Asian only and pro Asian things, and it's like you guys are the majority.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, that shit is straight up white power when you do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can't do a whites only. How come you can do an Asian only? You're 60% of the world.
Right. Exactly. And that's the greatest joke they played on all of us. They're gonna.
I genuinely get mad at this. Like, oh, Asian only. I'm like, what? No.
I will refuse to eat Chinese food for at least another month.
Yeah.
No more egg rolls for
I
me.
miss dumplings.
Me too. But all right. So
Are you a Jewish, Italian? What are you?
I'm mixed. I'm Italian, and I have a little Filipino in me. Believe it or not.
You're hiding.
Yeah.
I have a little Filipino.
Yeah, that's where it ended up. Yeah, yeah, and Irish.
Irish.
English,
Okay.
England too. I'm mostly English and Italian.
Sil was that? Is that English?
That's English, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right.
but
I don't know. That has no bearing on anything. I just curious.
So yeah, tell everybody where they can find your stuff, and because you're constantly updating your website.
Yeah, if you just go to neilrubenstein.com and then just click around, the YouTube page is there, the podcast is there, the 7-inch is there, and then if you go to the YouTube page, I have just so much. I have so much content on YouTube. I have well over 100 videos, and I'm constantly like curating it, so it's not like there's nothing old and stale up there. Like the stale stuff gets removed.
Excellent. All right. Well, Neil, I appreciate. Thanks again for the T-shirt you gave me the last time.
Oh yeah,
I love it. It's like a special one. I feel because I don't know if you were like had your shirts and you were ironing them on.
Every shirt is made on 100% the inside of an old shirt.
Yes, that's why I love it. That's what makes it special to me. Because when I got it, I saw the tag was inside out.
Yeah.
So I unsigned it. I put it outside in. There was like a little whale on it. So I was like, "This is awesome, man! This guy, I think you're a genius. I think you're."
Thank you, man. Thanks so much, man.
Geniuses. Yes, indeed, my friend.
I can't wait till this is over. I want to do that judging show again. That was a blast, man.
Yes, we definitely love to have you on. You were great. Everybody loved you. You definitely a great judge, and
awesome, man.
A lot of good insight. So, thanks again for taking the time, my friend. We'll be.
Thanks for liking me.
Well, you're awesome, man. Take care.
All right. Be good.
Take care, buddy. Bye.